I love to wrap during the holiday season. I've created a video with new techniques I've never shown you before, including how to properly tie a Tiffany bow. Then we'll expand on that and do a layered bow in the Tiffany technique and attach a deer ornament. And finally, I will show you how to make an extra large loopy bow with curling ribbon, paper curls, and finished off with a Santa in the Tiffany technique. So let me show you how you can create unique, one-of-a-kind gifts for your loved ones. Let's get started. I'm gonna do this without my microphone because it's not charged. Promise y'all I would show you some other ways you can make bows for your packages. A couple of months ago, I did a triage of baby gifts for a very special little baby and her sisters. And this is a takeoff on that. This is a version of a Tiffany bow, but your bow experts will tell you it's incorrect because it has this little tie in the back, so when the package sits down, it wobbles. I do not think this is incorrect. This is a way to make a package, but I'm going to show you how to get rid of this right here. It's not hard. And then when you do it, you have pretty much the same thing, except your package is smooth on the back and it doesn't rock. There is nothing wrong with this package. There is nothing wrong with this package. People can get really ridiculous. So I'll show you how to make this, and then we'll build off of it, and I'll show you two different types of bows you can make. One is a twist and turn, and the other one is with strips of ribbon. So let's get started. We're going to make the version of the bow without the knot on the back. And it is easier when you're first learning how to do this if you keep your ribbon on the roll as you're working with it. I'm gonna have to shuffle the shirt, I can't do it, hang on. Okay, so the first thing you do is you figure out, I would take about a little less than a yard off for this size package, and you'll learn to gauge based on the size of your box as you go. And this is the top of the present for me, because when I wrapped it, there's the seam down on the bottom. So this is the prettier size of the package. So what you do is you take your ribbon and you put it underneath the package in the center. You pull this up, your end up, you bring your roll of ribbon over and you cross it, and then you bring the roll towards you. I just drop the roll, it's no big deal. You hang on to this top piece, or you can let it go to the side, it doesn't matter, just hang on to it. And you're gonna wrap the roll piece all the way under the bottom. And that keeps you from having that knot at the bottom, on the back of the package. I'll pick it up and show it to you in a minute. Then you get pretty even. I'm almost to the end of my roll, that's why it came off. And you cut it. Now, I'm just gonna pick it up and show you. See that smooth back? That is a technically correct Tiffany bow. So you just tie it off. You take these two pieces and you just tie it like that. And so you have the beginnings of your package. And then I'm just gonna make a 2-loop bow. Make sure my ribbon's right side up. Pull it tight. Your tails may be uneven. You can trim that up in a second. And then once I get my bow made, I'm gonna trim up my tails so they're more even. And I dovetail them. I just pinch the two sides of the ribbon together and trim. And it gives you that nice dovetail. Now, if it's an extra special gift, I'm going to show you how to zhuzh it up. So you see, you have the pretty back, pretty front, it doesn't rock. And you could stop right here. Or if you just wanted a little more zhuzh, add yourself a cute little ornament. Just tuck it in there, put some tape, and it'll stay. A picked this one up. This I think came as a set of 3 after Christmas or right before Christmas. Hobby Lobby marked their stuff down way down, and you just go around and pick stuff that you would put on packages. I found this one at the dollar store, little Santa. You know, just tuck it in there and have an ornament. But we're not going to stop there. We're going to do 2 different versions of a bow. Okay, let's start with this package. So I've got this blue plaid, blue and gold plaid, and I'm just going to start making loops. So I make a loop, I pinch. I make a loop, I pinch. This ribbon is double-sided, so I don't have to twist. You're just making loops and pinching. Making loops and pinching. If it were just one-sided, you would have to twist every time you made a loop. So I'm going to pretend like this is one-sided ribbon so I can show you how to twist. But if you have double-sided ribbon, you're just literally making loops. And I would make 5 on each side. And I make them a little larger as I go, so that it just gives the bow more dimension. And then after I make my loop, I bring up, after I finish making my loops, I bring it up, I don't cut it, that's gonna be my tails, and then I zip tie it. But I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna pretend like this is single-sided ribbon so that I can show you how to twist it, and then you'll have a bow. So we're gonna pretend like this is not double-sided ribbon. So I make my first loop, so I'm right in my eyes, and I pinch. Then I twist, and I make my second loop. Pinch, twist, doesn't matter which way you twist, you're just trying to get the ribbon to the right side. I pinch, I twist, twist, and I'm doing 5 loops on each side. They just gradually get bigger. If that's hard for you, you can keep all your loops the same size. The key to this is the more you do it, the more your fingers get used to it, and it's like playing the piano. Just dovetailed your 2 ends. Now you will cut this zip tie, and I say this all the time and people laugh. Do not cut these zip ties with your good scissors. You need a pair of bad scissors, like your preschooler scissors that aren't worth anything to cut these, because if you use your good ribbon scissors, you're gonna dull them very quickly. Okay, so I cut the zip tie off. And this is your 3rd tail. I forgot to tell you that. So it's still attached to the roll of ribbon. Cut it off and make a dovetail. Now you can put this bow on top of your Tiffany bow. And the way I attach it is I either use curling ribbon, which I've showed y'all that before, or I'll use a zip tie. This is gold curling ribbon, and I'm just gonna cut maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 strands. You can do as many as you want. Sometimes I go over the top, but we don't need all that. You just go under this Tiffany bow, your gold original bow. Plop your main bow on top of the Tiffany bow. Bring the curling ribbon up and tie it off. So now you have your curling ribbon. This is the paper that I wrap this present in. It has a coordinating other side paper. I love reversible papers. And what I'm going to do, this is just a remnant from when I was wrapping earlier. I'm just going to cut strips. And you don't have to cut them in straight lines. Just do your best. So now you have your strips, and you take your scissors. Be very careful if your scissors are real sharp. And I start in the center, and I just pull on it, and it will start to curl the paper. And you don't have to have 2 double-sided wrapping paper. It's still pretty if it's white on the inside, if it's brown paper. So now you have a curl. So set that one to the side and just repeat it for however many. Oops. You can use one of these techniques or all of them. It's however fancy you want to go. But I personally like it when somebody takes a little extra time if they are into this. So now I'm just going to stack all these little curls together. We're going to go big on this guy. And see how cute that is? And it's free. And then you take your stapler. This is not a normal stapler. This is my fabric stapler. I can't find my regular stapler. You don't need one of these. A regular stapler works. And then you take some tape. And you put some tape on there. And tuck that sucker underneath. And you have an even more fun detail. So I would do that all around the sides of the package if I wanted to. Now it's time, let's just pretend like I did all of that. Now it's time to attach my ornament. And this is the ornament hanger. And I'm just going to take my curling ribbon, loop it through there, and then tie a knot with one of the other pieces. So I just put a little tape on the back side of my ornament, and it'll keep it there. Also, if you don't use curling ribbon, you can use a regular floral wire to attach your ornament, or a pipe cleaner, or a zip tie. It's whatever you have. So for this pretty little package, I've cut strips of ribbon. I've got 3 different patterns. This is very similar to the baby present bow I showed back in October, but it's Christmas themed. There's a little tweak to it. So I've got 3 different ribbons, and I've cut 4 lengths of each ribbon. So I've got 4 of this one. Oh, actually I've got 5, sorry. I've got 5 of this one. Got 5 of this gold. This comes from Hobby Lobby. I don't know, I've had this ribbon. This is $10 a roll, and there's 90 feet on here. But it might have gone up because I've had this forever. But you can get a lot of ribbon on big rolls at Hobby Lobby. So I've got 5 of these. Okay. So now, let me move this out of the way just a second. Take your first strip, you make a loop. You kind of pinch it to where the tail. I've also dovetailed these ends, and they're about a little over 15 inches maybe. And they're not exact, just in the ballpark. And I'm gonna lay the blue, I'm gonna take it, put it in half, and put it on top. You can just stack, you don't have to separate them. Then I'm gonna take the gold sheer stripe and stack it on there. And the lengths of your ribbon are gonna depend on the size of your package. Okay, now we repeat the process. The big gold stripe. The blue. You do this for somebody that's going to appreciate it. It's a really special gift, and they're going to repurpose the bow, meaning they're not throwing it in the trash. And I know this one is going to be repurposed. And then the last one, okay. So now you have this big wad that doesn't look very pretty. Take your zip tie, get it pretty close to the bottom of the loops that you've made, and secure it. And you can, I don't pull it super tight at first, and you can adjust your loops and start moving it around, and you're gonna have yourself a bow. This is different than the one I shared in October, because remember I had a whole nother bow over here and the tails over here. This is just one of those basically. So see, there's all kinds of variations you can do. Now I'm going to pull it as tight as I can. And then I start flaring out these tails. And what I'm going to do is plop this thing right on top of that Tiffany bow. So let me cut my zip tie. I want the tails going all different directions. Attach it with another zip tie. Cut off the tail of the zip tie. And start zhuzhing your bow. You can add the curling paper ribbon like I showed you. You can add an ornament, or you can go as is. It's whatever you want to do. I'm going to add this ornament. And what I do is just loop it over the one of the loops, and then I tape it down so it doesn't go anywhere. Tuck the horns underneath. And that is how I make a present extra pretty, and I relieve some stress because I'm creating. So let me know what you think.